I want to see what's going to take place with DeAndre Ayton. And I know what our question of the day is today, our State 48 Roofing question of the day. And you can always go to Roc and Manuch Twitter and cast your vote. Do you keep them or trade them? Manuch just talked about last segment people that were walking past us saying, trade them, trade them, trade them. Where
they didn't hesitate.
They did not hesitate.
Did not hesitate.
No, they did
not.
And
they're all Suns fans. There was
Suns fans.
Yes. 4 or 5 out of the 6 said trade them.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that I'm in that category yet because Tim Kempton told us it's hard to find guys who are 18-10. And that's what DeAndre
Ayton, 7'1".
And yes, and that's what DeAndre Ayton is. And look, I just think that Frank Vogel can get more out of him. I just think that the chemistry between Ayton and Vogel is going to be much better than we all know what it was between DA and Monty.
How does somebody not get along with Monty Williams? How does somebody that is totally on DA. I mean, Monty Williams did a phenomenal job of changing the culture.
I agree with that.
He came in here with the Suns team and just won 18 games.
Yes.
He flipped the script.
Yep.
So what could have possibly happened between last year and this year, where first and foremost, we found out last year when they got to training camp and picture day that D had not talked to Monty Williams all off season. To me, that's right. I think a lot of that, my personal opinion from looking at it from afar, that this young man needs to grow up. That was on DA. That's on DA. I mean, everybody else has gotten along with what we find out with Monty Williams. How do you not get along with Monty Williams? So something somewhere rubbed this kid wrong, where either he's going to have to learn how to deal with it, because Frank Vogel, I guarantee you, you talking about someone's going to be tough on him as far as defense, and get your ass down there and get up underneath. And if you can't take direction, you won't be here not for long. And if it's not working out, January 15th is right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But right at the moment, I'm not so sure that I would trade Ayton unless the deal knocks your socks off. And I'm not sure what you could get if you
or you get the right kind of player.
There you go.
Because Jim, you talk about he's 7'1", he's 7'1". Well, sometimes he plays like he's 6'8".
I'm well aware. You can't trade him for a basket of balls. You're going to have to
get that.
You're going to have to get something very good in return.
Well, Jimmy, if they do keep him, do you think Matt Ishbia, James Jones, can they fill this roster with, I'm assuming, 1 year vet minimum guys on the roster and add some depth if you're going to keep Ayton?
If you're a veteran player and you know you're going to get the veteran minimum, which is $5 million, all right, and you have an opportunity to be on not just a playoff contender, but maybe a title contender, playing with the 3 guys that they now have, I would think that a lot of vet guys would really seriously consider the Phoenix Suns.
And I think one of those is Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
I mean, he's a great point guard. We saw 2-3 years ago against the Suns. He averaged 17.8 points in the playoffs with the Clippers. But on top of that, he's an NBA champion. He was there with the Nuggets.
Yes.
So he could come in, because he's probably not going to get as many minutes with the Nuggets as he would with the Suns, especially with the lack of point guard depth they have.
And to that point, been there and done that. So Frank Vogel's been there and done that.
Yes.
If you have guys that have been there and done that, you stop thinking about it. Kevin Durant,
3 minutes.
Another one that's been there and done that, won an NBA title. So I think those are some of the things that you look at. I'm like you, Jim. I'm a little on the fence with DA with this question.
I am at the moment.
I would just love to see. You got the 4 max deals. You got, DA could be an all-star if he just put his hard mind into it each and every day. I just find it hard to believe that you had 3 other coaches that just couldn't get that out of you on a consistent basis. It's there. That's there. But for him to do that on a consistent basis, and then if they do keep him, I'm just curious to see if Matt Ishbia and James Jones call him into the principal's office.
Yeah.
Say, look, here's the deal. This is what we need from you each and every game. Not to threaten him, but I think just to shoot a missile, not a bullet, a missile across his bow, to say, look, we need you to step up because we will not hesitate to make a move at January 15th if we have, because we're here to win. And if you're not bought in every
2 minutes
single night you play, aside from the nights you're hurt or whatever, then we can make a move. So what do you want to do, DA? Do you want to be dialed in every night, every day? Is your heart to win it? I know you're making a lot of money for a young guy,
Yep.
but we're here to win. Are you in? If you're not, that's okay. We'll move on without you because we're here to win. And if we find out we're not getting the production out of you, we'll make a move January 15th. Are you good with that? And I think if they're upfront and honest with him to let him lay that groundwork out there for DA to go, man, I guess they're serious. Well, hell yeah, they're serious. Unless you want to go, they want to shuffle you off to Buffalo and you go live in acrimony with whomever, go make your money. But good luck with your next contract if you can live up to another max deal.
I really was kind of hoping that they would have cut that deal for Miles Turner and the Indiana Pacers. I really was, because Turner plays hard. He's had injury issues, but he does play hard. At any rate,
1 minute,
the
1 minute.
draft is coming up Thursday.
That's right.
Do you believe that there would be a way for the Suns to worm their way back into the draft, maybe even a second rounder somewhere?
Well, they've given up. They're going to give up several second rounders with this.
They're gone.
They're gone. I don't think the draft is important for this team.
Okay.
You might get a guy that you see maybe as you can develop
down
the road and put in the G League. From that standpoint, I'm going with vets. I'm all in.
Okay.
I can't have a rookie and take the training wheels off of him or take the floaties off and put them in the deep end. I need guys that can swim against the current, against the riptides, whatever, that can go make this happen. So I'm not that intrigued with who the Suns get in the draft. I really am not.
But do you think maybe other teams that are looking at DeAndre and make me want to invest or trade in him before? Because I've seen some trade opportunities with a pick involved.
Yes, I've seen that as well. So I have.
If you got to throw in a pick, throw in another second pick. Throw in the next 10 years worth of picks. It's second-round picks for DeAndre Ayton. I don't care.
Manuch is in for today. That's what
That's
Manuch
right,
is
man.
in for.
I waited 55 years.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
care
Yes.
for the next. I don't care for developing anybody. I want guys that can go ahead and make it happen.
It's
now.
interesting too how DeAndre Ayton before that trade, his kind of trade market was quiet, and now that BEAL has been traded reportedly by Shams Charania, people are now more interested in DeAndre Ayton, which is good news for the Suns.
That is correct. You might get something for him now if indeed that is the direction you decide to go in.